What up, FaB Fanatics? On it here, back with another Flesh and Blood booster box opening. This is box 1 out of a fresh case of Arcane Rising. We do have a lot to talk about today. We have an update from Legend Story Studios, as well as an update about the website and FaB Foundry channel. I am filming with new lighting and a new HD camera today, so I'm hoping that improves my production value. Please bear with me as I work through the kinks and figure this all out. Music today is provided by the talented LUXORA Major, SoundCloud link in the description below. With that being said, let's get to cracking some packs and listen to some tracks. All right, 24 more packs of Flesh and Blood action. Alright, the first big announcement, of course, is the upcoming Crucible War set, which releases on August 28th. Legend Story Studios gave us some insights into the design of the set and some of their reasoning behind it. Pack 1 here, we got some generics, 5 generics, and then we get into, 4 generics. We get into our first rare, Irena's Prayer, reduced to Rune Chant, and a common foil Overloop. And then we get our generic or equipment piece, and then our classes and our token. All right, calibration complete. Yes, they gave us some insights into the design behind the new Crucible of War set, which I'm pretty excited to talk about. The first big announcement, of course, was that they're going to be cutting super rares moving forward. Spellblade Assault, Become the Arknight, super rare, speaking of super rares, and a common foil Fervent Forerunner. Of course, I'm withholding any judgment until, of course, the set comes out and see where things fall. I do have the utmost confidence in Legend Story Studios and the decisions that they're making for the game. Cognition Nodes, Absorb and Ether, and a foil rare, Plunder Run. They also changed the rarity icons on the bottom of the cards, so it makes it a lot easier to distinguish the difference between common, rare, majestic, legendary, and fabled, which is really nice when it comes to just the overall aesthetic of the cards. Life for a Life, Silver the Tip, and a common foil Cadaverous Contraband. They also did explain in a little bit more detail about how the odds work and the possibilities of pulling a legendary out of a box. Arena's Prayer, Pedal to the Metal, and a common foil Throttle. As most of us probably already knew, the odds of getting a legendary in the first 2 sets have been 1 in 96 packs. And of course, there were 5 legendaries in each of the 2 sets. So as Legend Story Studios explains, with the 1 to 5 odds in legendaries, it's actually a 1 in 480 pack chance to pull that certain legendary. Oath of the Arknight, Stir the Ether Winds, and a common foil Hamstring Shot. They've continued with those odds moving into the new set. Since there's only 2 legendary cards, they've made the odds of pulling a legendary in Crucible of War 1 out of 240 packs, or 1 out of, I believe that's 10 boxes, which is pretty steep odds. Irena's Prayer, Pedal to the Metal, and a common foil Mage Master Boots. Very nice. How's that looking on camera? Catching the foil a little bit. There we go. There we go. There's our cold foil. Ding. I'm interested to hear everybody's opinions so far about, of course, cutting the rares and the legendary odds. In cutting super rares, they will be, of course, increasing the majestic output, which is understandably so. In the first 2 sets, it was expected that you would get about 2 majestics. We got Pour the Mold, Teklo Core for our first majestic, very nice, and a common foil Optical Monocle. You were supposed to pull around 2 Majestics and 4 Super Rares from a box in the first 2 sets. Moving forward, you're supposed to be pulling about 6 Majestics from a box. Silver the Tip, Take Aim, and a common foil Ridge Rider Shot. So I think that should take out some of the sting of having bad boxes, knowing that you should be able to get valuable Majestics in every box. And of course, with the more Majestics, they did describe that they would be short printing certain Majestics, because some Majestics are going to be one-of index because they'll have the legendary moniker, Enchanting Melody, Aether Spindle, and a common foil Ravenous Rabble. And so they described that they would be short printing certain Majestics that players will only need one of in a deck, which I feel like is a very good idea. Life for a Life, Reduced to Rune Chant, in a common foil Back Alley Breakline. So yes, tell me your thoughts on the whole short printing, legendary odds explanation, rarity icons, and cutting super rares. Very interested to hear community's thoughts about those topics. Spellblade Assault, super rare Tome of the Aetherwind, and a common foil Sickum Shot. Again, I think it's really important to not be overly critical of Legend Story Studios initially. I do think they have the best interests of the game in mind and are making changes because they feel like this will improve the gameplay and opening packs. Take Aim, super rare Rusted Relic, and a rare Stir the Aetherwinds. So again, I have all the confidence in the world that this is going to work out in the players and collectors' favors. We're about halfway through the box. Got 1 Majestic, 3 super rares, and some foils. Oath of the Arc Knight rare, super rare Spark of Genius, and a common foil Vigor Rush. In other news, both FaBtcg.net and Pitch43.com have been working tirelessly behind the scenes to improve their product that they offer to the player and collector base. Plunder Run, Cognition Nodes, and a common foil Reverberate. They now have pricing guides on their website. I'm excited to announce that FaB Foundry is already in their database, so that you'll be able to compare FaB Foundry card prices to prices from other retailers from around the globe. Life for a Life, Spellblade Assault, and a rare Take Cover foil. I think that is going to bring some consistency to the pricing that you see right now. If it's something that's been needed in the community and in the secondary market, is a go-to place to be able to compare prices. Take Cover, work with me now. Majestic Sonic Boom, and a common foil Index. Let's take another look at that Sonic Boom. Very nice. And this Index is pops too. Where's the lightning? Come on now, work with me. There we go. Cool. Again, those are two new exciting developments for the support structure that is building around the game. I think it's very good for all involved. Thank you very much to Kai and Kieran for the work that you're putting in to both of your guys' websites. Take Cover, Pour the Mold, and a common foil Sickum Shot. I highly recommend that you head over to their Patreon pages and support both of them. They are doing this work kind of pro bono right now with the idea of getting support from the community. They need it now more than ever. Pour the Mold, rare Aether Sync, and a rare Silver the Tip. Down to our last, I think, 5 packs. FaBfoundry.co is now officially live and active. we will be loading the cards that we crack open here on camera up onto the website routinely on a not near daily, but very close to daily basis. Irena's Prayer, come on. What's happening with my focus here? Work with me. Stir the Ether Winds and a common foil Foresight. Don't know what's happening there. I guess lessons, or we're learning lessons from working with the new camera. Oop. Back alley break line. Oh, are we back in focus? There we go. Enchanting Melody, Oath of the Arknight, and a common foil locked and loaded. I do have some case openings that I'm going to be doing on camera. They're going to be experimental videos where I intend on just kind of cracking a case with very little to no commentary and turning up the tunes. That way you can just put it on Absorbent Ether, silver the tip, and common foil drawn to the dark dimension. That way you can just kind of put on the video in the background as you're doing things and kind of just get your fill of some cracking action. I intend on those videos being about a half an hour each. Enchanting Melody, Convection Amplifier, and a common foil Fate Foreseen. And I am working on a new deck discussion video. I'll keep the hero that I'm working on under wraps for the time being, but I hope to have that up in the next week. Last pack right here. Take aim. Super rare Endless Arrow in the close, and a common foil Ether Wind, or Ether Flare. Alright, what do we got? So our two Majestics, Majestic Sonic Boom and Techlo Core. We have 5 super rares. We got an Endless Arrow, Spark of Genius, Rusted Relic, Tome of the Ether Winds, and Become the Arknight. We got 4 common or rare foils, silver the tip. Take cover, come on. Stir the Ether Winds and Plunder Run. And then we got our cold foil Mage Master Boots. Alright. As always, thank you very much for watching and for your support. Please like, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell. Tell your other TCG friends about Flesh and Blood, and tell your Flesh and Blood playing friends about FaB Foundry. Until the next time, take care.